Have you heard of Anchor? It's the podcast platform we use to bring you our episodes. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let us explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard across multiple platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. And the best part is that it's everything you need to make a podcast, all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Amber.
And you're listening to the AM Podcast. So today we're going to talk about an exciting news item, a few comebacks and a debut, as well as catch up on a couple webtoons. But first, let's get into our K-music picks of the week. So Amber, what is your K-music pick of the week?
This week I chose Twice's Moonlight, and this is just purely because I didn't go to the concert, but I happened to have watched a live stream of it, of their concert that they had. And so, yeah, I really liked the song after seeing it. But I didn't listen to the album that this was on at first, just because I didn't like Scientists. So that's probably why I did not hear this song. Because usually if I don't like the first song that they put out, I probably feel like I won't like the rest of the album. But you live and you learn. So I could have been listening to this wonderful song a long time ago. Anywho, here's a little bit of the song. Okay, well, that's the song. Melissa, what's your pick?
Before I get into my pick, I just want to say, like, I feel like it's unfair for people to like listen to the title song and just be like, oh, I don't like the album. Because there's quite a few artists where I'm like, I don't really like the title song, but you have to listen to the B-sides, people. You gotta listen to the B-sides. And didn't you just buy Twice's album?
Like I said, after I saw this at the concert, I was like, well, there were a few, I think there was like 2 or 3 songs that they performed also that weren't too bad. Okay. That were from this album. And then you also told me that it was good. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh, all the songs are good except for Scientists. But all the songs are good. So I brought it because like, I can't remember how many tracks. It's a good amount of songs on there. But so like all of those except for one is fine for me. And I like the concept for the one about, okay. Yes. Okay. I was wrong.
Okay. So after you had listened to it, then you bought the album. Because I was like, I was like, why would she buy the album if she didn't hear? But you know what's funny? Okay, no, I'm gonna move into mine just really quick. But I just wanted to like finish this out because we never did like a review or anything of this album. But I like the remix of Scientists on the album better than I like the original. I don't know, something about it. I don't know. It's just more like peppy. I don't know. Something about it. I was just like, this song's not that bad. I don't know.
Yeah. But that first one,
yeah.
I was just like, maybe I don't know, but I'm always like that with Twice's albums. Yeah, like I'll either like I'll like one that they release, and then the next one I'm like, nope, that's not for me. Or like I'm like, oh, I like one song, but this one was really good. So they're improving, I guess, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, anywho, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm done too. Okay, just what I was gonna say though, because I feel like after Scientists came out, I didn't listen to the album either, and I think it was because neither one of us really liked Scientists that much, and so I didn't really give it a chance until like literally like a few weeks ago. I was like, you know what? It's actually not that bad. This whole album, minus the title song. But anyway, so I see what you mean. Okay, so my K-music pick of the week. I'm not sure how to pronounce this person's name. I think it's 12 because the way that it's TWLV. So to me, that looks like 12. But anyways, I like his song. Oh, the song that I liked by him is Rewind. And I really love his voice, and this song is just really good. It's very like vibey. I'm really into like vibey songs lately. There's just so much chaos going on in the world. Anyways, and I really like there's a part in the song that kind of sounds like it's being rewound a little bit. I don't think, wasn't sure if rewound is the right word, but you know what I mean? Like it's going backwards a little bit. So rewinding or rewound.
Rewound sounds, oh god, I was about to, oh my god, I'm about to age myself, but like rewound sounds right, because I remember when we would listen to cassettes and stuff, they would always say, oh, did you rewind it? And you're always like, yeah, I rewound it. You know what I mean?
I guess. Okay.
Sorry.
Definitely aged us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're coming back though. I mean, BTS released a cassette version of their song, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's true. People are doing, and I just bought a vinyl, so I mean, and that was before cassettes, so
yeah, and that was before our time, so
yeah. just to clear that up.
Yeah,
we're not that old.
Yeah, we're not that old.
Okay. So there's a little bit of the song. And yeah, so now we're going to move into NMIXX's debut. I believe it's pronounced O-O, the name of the song, and this is a new girl group with JYP. So I have a lot of things, not a whole lot to say. Well, okay. In my opinion, I feel like it was just very confusing. Some people said it was a very bad song. I don't know that I necessarily agree that it was like, I mean, it wasn't good, but it wasn't like the worst song. I just think for me, it was just very confusing because there were a lot of things going on. There were just a lot of genres like going on, and the lyrics weren't good. The lyrics like didn't make sense. They just weren't good. The only part that was good was the middle part, and I just feel like that should just been the whole song. And you know, it's funny. I've seen okay, I've only seen like maybe one I don't know what it's called, not compilation, but like I don't know. Anyways, some people who are saying that they do like the song, they play that middle part. I'm like, of course you're gonna play that one middle part because that was the only good part in the song. But outside of the beginning and end, that was the only part that was good. My last thought about this song, I thought the choreo was really good, and I really liked the little kick transition part that the one girl did, where like she transitioned from that middle part back into the weird part towards the end. But the transition was cool, and I mean, yeah, like I don't want to be like too harsh, but what were your thoughts?
I agree. I think the middle part was the best part. When I first listened to it, I'm not gonna lie, like that opening part, I just felt like it sounded like a B-list K-pop group, like, or not like a B-list, but like a wannabe K-pop group, kind of like something I would hear, like, I don't know how to explain this, like someone that's like not from a major company that's like on YouTube trying to like do their own thing, kind of like they don't have the backing of like actually how to do things professionally. That's what it sounded like in the beginning. And then in the middle, I was like, oh wait, no, I see it, I'm getting it, I'm seeing it. And then went back to the end and you're just like, no. I was like, no, like I'm back at the beginning where I think it's a little B-list to me. But guess I'm just kind of reiterating what you're saying in a different way. And also I think it sounded like a mashup, like the K-pop mashups that we sometimes put at the end of our episodes. So like it'll be like a bunch of different groups that like all their songs. That's what it just sounds like that. Like, and then also I was thinking that the beginning half of it and the end half still don't sound like the same song to me. Like even if you took that middle part out, it didn't seem like they would even flow together if you took the middle out. Cause like in the end kind of have the same vibe, but they really didn't have the same sound. Like I still feel like I would have been confused. And I guess going back to when I was saying like how I think it's a B list, like I'm very disappointed that this came out of JYP. Like is one of the biggest companies, and I would think they know better than like to put something out like that. But I don't know. It's very interesting. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to be like creative and different, but it just didn't work this time.
Well, I was gonna say, and if you were done, I was gonna say that, you know, I think they're also trying to keep up with what they think is trending, because we know a lot of groups lately have been putting out, like new groups have been putting out like these types of songs where it's like very jarring and it's like experimental. But I agree that maybe this song didn't quite hit the mark that they thought it would, or make a positive impact.
Yes.
Because I mean, I'm thinking like other groups that people are like, oh, this is noisy music or whatever, or like it was just weird. I feel like it kind of grew on people. I don't know if it's gonna grow on me though.
No, it's not.
Maybe I'll revisit in like 3 months time and see what happens.
Okay. I mean, I agree with. You know what it is? I think in other groups that do that, there's still some like, for lack of a better way to say this, I feel like there's still some foundation to the song that in each part there is something that connects all three, so it feels like one full song and it's smooth. But this one, it literally felt like they like took part of one song and then were like, and then took another part, or like there were like 3 songs that they liked and then they were like, oh, let's just take the best part of each song and then put it together. That's what it sounded like to me. So I mean, maybe it could have just been a little more well
cohesive.
executed. Huh?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, just execute it, and maybe they should have gone with the other song that was on their album instead of this one as their debut song. It's their debut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully the next release they have is better than this one. Cause I mean, like, you can tell like the girls are talented as it, like, you know, like they got skills. So it's just I can't blame the artist in this part, because it's definitely like the company that definitely puts this together. And over the years, I've heard JYP usually has like a hand in certain groups, and like he really approves like some of the songs, and like he'll even help like, I guess, quote unquote, produce them or whatever. So I can't really be too upset. I mean, that's how he is sometimes. So I don't think he makes the best choices anyways all the time. But you know, we're not talking about him. We're talking about them. So I just hope that he learns his lesson, and that they you know, next time they really let the girls shine and be the best that they can be, and not get judged like this. Because unfortunately, not everybody's gonna think like I'm sitting here thinking that it's the company's fault. Like it's definitely gonna reflect on the artist. So yeah, I just hope they come up with something better. Rooting for the next one.
Okay. Well, yeah, good luck to them. Next news item that we have is BTS announced that they're going to do their Permission to Dance concert in Las Vegas. Yeah, Emma, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this?
I'm gonna get my negative thought out the way. I'm highly upset that they want to announce that they're doing a tour in Vegas right after they released the movie tickets. saying that they're going to be live streaming the full concert, because it's just like, we could have saved our coin for the concert. I mean, let's be honest. Let me stop, because we would have gone anyway. Yeah. We would have seen the movie and gone, but I don't know. I wish I had the option. You know, now I feel forced to go to both. But that being said,
okay.
That being said, though, like, I'm really excited for this, because it's like a second chance. Because I remember how disappointed we were about not getting the tickets to California, and so I'm really excited for this one. And you know, we were on it this time. We made sure we did all the verifying for all the verifications. So hopefully we get tickets this time, and I'm hoping that it might be like a slightly different set list. Like, I know like the core songs probably are still gonna be the same, but I am hoping that like they'll switch it up a little bit, because technically a lot of people have already seen this concert, and then when the movie comes out, it's gonna be the same. So I hope they can make it, I don't know, a little different. Sprinkle a little more spice on it. Actually, I think I'm just really hoping that they do Boy in Love. So
she doesn't care about the other songs. She just wants to make sure that they do that song.
Boy in Love in Paradise would be great, you know. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, because we offline we had talked about how like, well, actually no, you had told me that offline that they probably like plan these things like way in advance. Because to me, I was just thinking, you know, they're probably just capitalizing off of the fact that they are gonna be in Las Vegas for the Grammys, which is I believe April 3rd. That's what I wrote down. Okay, I didn't verify that because I know I seen it somewhere. And the Las Vegas concert is going to be like a couple weeks afterwards. So, but I mean, considering that there's like a lot. Well, I don't know if they're gonna do the same setup with like they did with when they did the LA one. They may not have had so much like pre-planning done in advance, because the sets for LA were like pretty much non-existent because they used a lot of graphics. That didn't mean to sound shady or anything, but I'm just saying, like, in these times that we're in now, like, I feel like, I don't know, where was I going? Oh, I feel like things change a lot, or change so quickly or so often that it probably wasn't going like if they were going to keep it the same like program or set from LA, it probably wouldn't take that much time for them to like set up, and so like they probably would probably be a quick turnaround anyways. But I don't know. But anyways, and the other thing I was going to say is that even though yes, this will be the same concert that, you know, a lot of people have already seen, and hopefully they do switch up the set list a little bit. Like if we happen to get tickets and if we happen to go and if they just happen to play like Home or Paradise, you know, that would be amazing. But we are moving closer to seeing them in live, and I was thinking, you know, if we first saw them, you know, we're moving from the TV screen, you know, in our homes to now going to see it in a movie format, and now going to see them hopefully in person. So, I mean, that's how I justify like, you know, going, I guess, because yes, it's the same concert, but we will be seeing them live. Yeah, that's all I was going to say. Because I feel like it's almost like the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself all over again, where we saw the first like go around in person, then we saw the encore in person, and then we saw the movie of the same concert. But I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just trying to justify seeing them live.
Just say we love them live. That's all. Just say we love them and we want to see them.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's it. We just love them so much. We're willing to see the same tour. And I saw live streams on Twitter before for the LA shows before actually paying to see the version that was live streamed in LA. So, yeah, we must really love this group.
I wonder if they're going to have Megan come again.
Is Megan going to be at the Grammys?
Oh, I don't know about that. But I don't know. She might. I mean, but if she is at the Grammys, okay, like we're trying to go for like the 15th and 16th. So would she be there for that second week of concerts, or would she only be there for the first week? Or maybe they won't have anyone at all.
I don't know. Because they really like went all out for the LA ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope they bring her back. I hope they bring back some people.
I know.
Well, I guess it would just be Megan and Chris Martin.
But he was there and gone.
Halsey. Yeah, he came and did his performance.
And you said in Halsey?
Halsey didn't perform with them, even though she showed up at one of the concerts.
I wonder if she would, though. Because I'm not saying that, like, the songs... I mean, like, she's already performed with them so many times. Like, I wonder if they would still... I mean, she might. Who knows?
Isn't she pregnant, or did she have a baby?
She had her baby.
Oh, okay. Let's say, like, I wonder if pregnancy would hold her back. I don't know.
Oh, my God. Okay. Are they uncles? Are they uncles to her little baby? Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Let's pull it in. It would be very exciting. I agree. If there were other people that came out, and yeah, we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna try to get tickets, and we're gonna, if we get them, that'd be great. If not, we will hopefully see them on tour. Anything else you wanted to add?
No. After my uncle's comment, I think it's best we move forward.
Okay. Now, moving into our next part, we're going to be discussing or really catching up on the 7Fates Chaco and Dark Moon Blood Altar webtoon. So we want to let you guys know now that this is a spoiler alert, that we are going to be discussing the plots for both webtoons. And the first webtoon that we're going to discuss is the 7Fates Chaco, episodes 4 through 7. Okay, looks like I'm going first. So, with this one, Tokon's backstory is very sad. I feel like so far his backstory is probably the saddest. And mostly because all of the people that he grew up with or that he helped out with, I was a little confused as to how they all knew each other, and maybe I was just reading so fast and I missed how they connected, but I know that they were all like connected, and then like he like helped take care of them, or they helped take care of each other. Anyways, they're all dead, which is really sad. But I also think that so far he's the coolest character, and I don't know if I don't know if it's because he's the first human character that we're introduced to, where it's like, wow, he's like pretty badass, because he has like all these guns, and when he ran out of ammo, he had bullets come out of his tongue. Well, not come out of his tongue. He opened his mouth and bullets came out. But I was like, wow, like he is prepared. He is prepared. That was very impressive. And I think I was confused last time or I guess the first time that we started talking about this webtoon, because I thought that all bombs could transform into humans or shapeshift into humans, and it looks like only the powerful ones can do that. So that's really interesting, and I feel like now we're getting a more or a clearer distinction of, okay, there's low-level bombs, mid-level, and like really powerful ones. So that's interesting that we're just learning more about them. And I think, and then I guess moving like towards the end of like, okay, episode 7, I guess, Um, I think I don't know. So I don't know if it's Zeha's. I don't know if it's Zeha's maternal line or his paternal line that is causing that caused him to I think he's connected to the ancient sword, basically, is where I was going with this. But I don't know if it's because of his maternal lineage or his paternal lineage. um but I'm thinking maybe more of his maternal side, because she was like what was she again? She had powers. Yeah, she was a shaman. And so I don't know. I don't know if that's really a prediction, but I think the sword belongs to him. And I think it's meant for him. I just don't know like through what side. I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyways, what's your thoughts about the this episodes 4 through 7?
Uh, just to comment on what you just said, I do agree. It's probably his mom's side. First of all, when Haru was talking about the sword, I was like, what are they gonna do with this beat up sword? Like, are they gonna like melt it down or something? Until Zeha, like, picked it up, and I was like, oh, okay, his powers, they're starting to engage. So
Yes.
I was like, okay, this is starting to make sense. I'm a little upset that it ends off like that because I was ready for chapter 8 so I could see what happens, but okay, whatever. And then the second thing, when you were talking about the different levels of the bomb, that also, well, when you mentioning it also made me think like his dad must have been a high level bomb too if he was in human form, because in every memory when they flash back, it's always his dad in human form. He was never like a beast. So like,
You're right.
so I'm like, oh, he must have been like top level, which makes me think like, is Zaya also like kind of like have the same type of powers that his dad would, or at least half of that? So I don't know. I'm excited. This story just keeps getting better and better. It I also agree that Dogun's his it's just sad because I think there was even like a backstory to it where own family died by bomb or something. I can't remember. Okay, I think I read chapter 4 a while ago or something. I don't know. Okay, I might be wrong. So I don't know. I feel like he's had some sort of like issue with like people that were important to him dying. So it might not have been from the bone, but like there has to be a reason that he's not with his family, right? Because
Yeah.
all those guys are kind of like, I wouldn't say misfits, but like they all come from different places and they got together. Because I think one of them mentioned how like Dogun always looks out for them or something. So yeah, and I could really tell he had a soft spot for them. But yeah, it was just really his whole story. And then that whole episode when they were all dying, like, and then the music, and I was just like, no, because you're about to make me cry reading a webtoon. Like, this is a web. This is a webtoon. It's not even like a drama or anything. Like, it's a straight up webtoon, and I'm over here like, oh, this is so sad. Anyways, but I do agree. He's probably the coolest one that we've met so far. Um, Also, I was wondering, I don't know if they did this for effect, but when Dogen was like shooting and killing the bomb with his gun, like his eyes were glowing, and I was wondering like, does he have some sort of special power, or was that just him getting in the zone? It was a little, I don't know. They had like an extra like light to them, so I was wondering if like that was like him having powers, but he might not have powers because he definitely, when he saw Zaya and could tell that he was half bone, like he was like, I was gonna shoot you, I was gonna take you down, but
He really was.
but I don't know. I'm very interested to see just how they like connect, because they didn't connect at all in these last couple chapters. Like how does Dogen decide, oh yeah, I want to work with Haru and Zeha? Like I want to know how that's going to happen. So I mean, this is just the start clearly, I mean, we are 7 episodes in, but this is just the start, so I'm like really looking forward to it. And these like fight scenes are epic. I don't know, I'm loving this. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm just looking forward to see what else happens, and I'm curious to see how they're going to run into all the other members as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to know, like, who are these two other, I can't, was it like Beatty or Bati and someone else? I can't remember their exact names. I'm horrible with names, as you guys know, so please don't fault me for that. But the two that are now introduced, because there was one that we already knew, I think his name was like Hugo or Hago or something, or whatever. I think it's Hugo something, I don't know. It starts with the H. I remember, I just remember that.
I think it's Huda. You know what? Let me not pretend. Something with the H. I'll co-sign you on that part.
Okay. But they only know that, so I'm like, I'm wondering if there's like a group, like who's the leader, like who's the head honcho, you know what I'm saying? Like there has to be something that is leading these other bomb, and I'm very curious to see like how the hierarchy works there, because they definitely were like, oh, we need to run and go tell so and so that these people can hurt us or something like that. So I'm very curious to see what's about to go down. Yeah, and that's all I had to say. I'm sorry.
Oh. No. I guess before we move on, I just wanted to say that I agree with you about the music. I completely forgot to like even like mention that, but I see why they chose that episode to introduce the song, because yeah, it really set the scene. It really like you really saw everything come to life, and it's a great song. And yeah. Okay, so I was gonna say. Oh right. So yeah, the next webtoon that we're going to discuss is Dark Moon Blood Altar, episodes 4 through 7. So, reading this, I guess I just wanted to say that, I think you were partially right about the attraction to Suha, because I think last time we had discussed this, I believe you had said that Solon may have a crush on her. Do you not remember, or are you thinking back? Oh, okay. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure.
I was reflecting on the last episode.
Okay. But I think they all have I think they mentioned that they all have an attraction to her, but it doesn't seem like it's like a love attraction. It's some sort of strange pull to her, like to want to not upset her, I guess, or to want to do everything that she tells them to do. So I don't know. That's interesting. I also thought it was interesting that Solon, that we find out at the end that he is, I don't know if he's a full werewolf or if he just has part of a werewolf. If he's part werewolf. So, okay, so maybe so I'm guessing, you're nodding. So I guess he's just part werewolf. And I'm wondering if I guess because he hasn't revealed if he has any vampire skills or anything yet from what I could see. And so we know that he's part werewolf, and I'm just wondering what his vampire special ability is, because he hasn't revealed it. Or has he not revealed it because he doesn't know what it is yet? I don't know. Okay. Well,
I don't know.
Oh. I don't know. You were nodding like you.
I was nodding like, yeah, you're right. He is part werewolf, because they said that in the last. I think they mentioned that in the last episode when I can't remember the new character's name that we got introduced to, but he introduced himself to them and was like, "Oh, you're part werewolf." So that's why I was nodding my head.
Okay. So I'm wondering if it's possible to be part something and not get any of the traits of the other parent. So I don't know.
He might have a few, because he can use telepathy with the other guys.
He can?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part.
It was in that part was when they were in her room cleaning, and he heard Suah saying something to Haley, and he was like, are you speaking telepathy to her? But he said that to him in his mind. Okay, it's starting to get really weird of me explaining this. But he said it to him telepathically. And he was like, y'all.
Okay.
They don't care about him. They don't pay him no money.
They don't. Which leads me to, I thought that scene was really cute. When they were cleaning Suha's room and like all of a sudden they were just all like, oh yeah, I can do this, I can do that, I can walk on walls. Like, okay. Just letting it all out just right now. Just okay. No build up. So I thought that was cute. And I guess my lingering questions or just trying to or clarification questions that I had were, so I think it's pretty clear that in Hyphen it's supposed to be like the vampires, so that's like always been their theme since they debuted. And I was just wondering if there's another group that's supposed to be the werewolves, because I know in their videos they're at the end, I don't know if it was all of them or just a couple of them, I don't know, but anyways, in the end of them, we see like shadows of werewolves. And I don't know, there's always been sort of like a rumor that it's like the Japanese group that's supposed to be coming out. And so I don't know, I was just wondering like what group, if that's supposed to be one of the other groups, or if it's just like, hey, we're introducing new characters and they're werewolves, and maybe I'm just overthinking it. So that was one question I had. So my last thought isn't really like a question, but I guess it's more of like a prediction. And it seems like I think Suha's role is going to be like some sort of peacemaker between the werewolves and the vampires. Because I thought it was strange that the werewolves left, or like I thought not really just that the werewolves left. I thought it was strange when Helly was like, oh, no, don't do this in front of Suha, or we don't want to make Suha upset. I'm like, why y'all care about this girl so much? Like, if y'all want to fight. Just tell her to move out the way. But so I thought that was interesting. So I think that's why I think she has more powers or something else innate in her other than super strength that somehow appeals, or is maybe she's just going to bring peace between the vampires and werewolves, which are already set. And I'm done. Okay, so Amber, what are your thoughts about this webtoon?
This I'm just confused for part of it. Just because I am trying to, I guess I'm kind of like you. Like, I wonder what role she is playing between the two. Like, I wasn't sure if like she had control over the werewolves too, or if the werewolves seem like, I don't know, they seem kind of peaceful and not wanting to hurt like innocent people in the process. So I wasn't sure if they were stopping because they didn't want her to be involved in it, and they realized that, like the vampires weren't going to stop, like weren't going to like tell her to go away or try to move her out the way. Like they were literally like disengaging because she was there. And so there's no point in finding someone that's not going to fight you. So that's what I was thinking. But who knows? She might be the little peacemaker. I would say that Solon, I feel like before, I feel like he's low-key a jerk. But just the way he acts from the beginning. But I also think that's probably, I get that vibe because he seems like he's like the leader of the group, and he's the most quote unquote sensible one out of all of them. Like, I feel like he's having an internal battle because of the attraction that Suha holds. Like, he wants to be like, we have to stay away from her, don't be close, like we need to keep our group closed, we don't want no one to have our secrets, we could be in danger. But because of the attraction, he can't help but like be nice to her. Like there's no getting around it. And I think part of it is also because he knows the guys aren't going to stop talking to her because they don't really care what he has to say. So I don't know, the way they dismiss him is crazy. Like when he had to move his desk because of her, like nobody cares. But also one thing I've started realizing in these last couple of episodes is like, I don't know about Helly. Like, there's just something about him where it's just like, yeah, he's nice, yeah, he's kind, but there's something about him that seems very like dark, and that could like really, like, he seems like if they were like dangerous, like he seemed like he would be the most dangerous person out of their entire group of vampires, but we just don't know it yet. Like there's just something there. And I mean, even Sua mentioned like, oh, she felt the need to tell him to stop, like she just knew something really bad was going to happen. And so I was like, yeah, so there's something very dangerous about him. Like I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. But I was like, ooh, I don't know. But when I say dangerous, I don't think he would ever hurt her. But I do feel like he could do some serious damage more than the other people. And then, you know, in this last episode, when the wolves came in, I was sitting here like, finally, the wolves have arrived. Because like, we're getting to the bottom of this mystery that has been just like on my mind this entire time ever since we saw that music video. And I was like, I'm about to get answers. I'm gonna get answers today. That's just how it is. And I just thought it was so funny. She was over here taking them out left and right like it was nothing, and they were shocked, and I was shocked. I was like, oh, this girl, she knows how to protect herself. So yeah, at first I thought the werewolves were like bad vampires, but then we found out that they were werewolves. And so yeah, I just think everything's just kind of starting to get interesting. I'm very interested in seeing where Solon will stand. Like, I think he is half vampire, half werewolf, which is why I think he has two different colored eyes. But I'm very interested to see like whose side will he be. He'll probably be on the vampire side since they like grew up together. But like, it's just I don't know. Maybe him and Sua will have some type of like connection, and they gotta like work together to make things work in the end. But I don't know. I'm getting real hyped off these two webtoons right now. Like, I'm really excited. You would think this is like a movie that I watch, but
really,
I'm
it
really
really
excited.
basically is.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, that's just how I feel about the Dark Moon one. Yep.
All right. Yeah, a lot more to find out, a lot more to discover. And you guys will come along the journey with us. Moving on into the comebacks. The first comeback that we're gonna discuss is Epik High is Here Part 2, which is Epik High's new album. And we're gonna discuss our favorite songs and our overall thoughts about this album. So Amber, what were your favorite songs?
I can't remember if I had mentioned this before on the podcast or not, but I do like Rain Song. And this came out as a single before before the album came out. And so I don't know, I just always loved it. And yeah, so I'm not going to go too deep into that one. The next one I like is Rich Kids. I don't know, like sound wise, it reminds me of college. Like it reminds me of like you're all hanging out, and it's like a not like a raging college party, but like a kickback, like where you guys are all just like sitting around chilling, talking to each other, like just having a good old time. Sound wise, that's what it sounds like. But lyrically it's kind of deep, especially Tableau's verse. It's very interesting to like, I don't know, I guess that's something I always love about them. But I don't know, I love when like artists kind of put like this kind of carefree vibe with something serious, because it doesn't weigh you down when you're listening to it, but it really makes you go, huh, that's interesting. Huh. It makes you think. So I feel like they're kind of known for that, because I remember when I was talking about I don't know what episode it was, but a couple episodes ago, I was talking about I want you to wait, like End of the World. I'm about to sing the song. End of the World, like the chorus makes you think it's something different than the verse. And maybe that's also why I like Rich Kids, because the chorus and like the ending, the hooks and all that, it really makes you think it's something different than what the verses are about. Even Mithra's part is very interesting as well. So yeah, I mean, I think you guys should go listen to it. So yeah, what are your favorite songs?
Yeah, I just wanted to add like both of those songs are great. My songs, my favorite songs, I really liked Family Portrait, and I think I just liked the storytelling aspect of the song. Like how they both talked about their childhoods and like and them growing into becoming fathers themselves. And I don't know, I really like that part of the song. It's very introspective. And the other song that I really liked Rain Song as well. um I just thought it sounded beautiful, and then I just love any song that talks about rain in general. So I think I was like, I knew that was gonna be like one of like, it's kind of sad, but I just really like songs about rain. Um, and the other song that I really liked was Champagne.
Mm.
I like that the album sort of ended sort of on a positive note, sort of. I really like the lyric where he said, I think it was Tableau that had said, I turned my shame and pain to champagne. I was like, wow, that just ties in. I don't know, like something about it just it seemed really deep to me. And like, they turned their struggles, I guess, into something positive, I guess, is how I sort of interpreted it. And yeah, I guess I didn't have too much to expand on, but yeah, those are the songs that I liked. Okay, and I guess we're gonna move into our overall thoughts. um Amber, what were your overall thoughts?
I would say this one is very different from part one. Part one felt very like polished. Like although they really did have some like deep lyrics on that one, which Epic Eyes, like to me, in my opinion, is known for with me. Like they're really good at being like versatile and how they explain like their emotions in their lyrics without like the songs actually feel like they're weighing you down or like they're super heavy. Like they keep making you want to listen to the music even though they're talking about some real stuff. But this one for sure felt different from part one. Part one felt very polished, and this one felt a little more like rough around the edges and like raw and real, which is also what I love about. I don't know if it's because they're older, so they're like throwing their life experience in there while they're like music together. But yeah, so I really like this album. Honestly, I know we just went over our favorite songs, but I literally like the entire album. They all had like every song had a different feel, had a different moment, had a different lesson thrown in there or whatever. So that yeah. So that's what I really liked about it. And I think that's all I had to say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of like what you were saying about how, each song had like a different lesson thrown into it, because I feel like that's the part that made me feel like, I don't know, like I just felt like, I don't know, honestly I kind of felt a little bit overwhelmed, maybe because I listened to all of them like one after the other, but I was just like, wow. I finished listening to it. It was just all, it was just, it's very, all, it's very like self-reflecting, I guess, like I said earlier, and just made me want to reflect on like my life choices and my relationships, like with others and like with my family, and like, I don't know, and I like that they, I guess, and I guess that's like something that, like you said, that they're known for, is their lyricism and the way that they convey their life experiences into songs. It's all very impressive and it's very admirable. Okay, so the next artist who that we're going to talk about is DeVita, and her album was called American Gothic. So Amber, what were your favorite songs?
My first favorite song was "Let You In" solo version, and I don't know if it's because I also like the original version of this, so just like hearing like the second part is good. But yeah, I like it. I don't really have anything. I don't have anything spectacular to say about it, but it's just like just some songs when you listen to it, it's just like automatically you're like, I love the song. I don't know what it is, but I love it, and that's one. And then the second one I like is Cheese in the Trap. And I think it's just because I love the flow of the song and the way she sings cheese in the trap is just like really cool, and it's different each time she says it like three times, and so each time is like a little different. It has like a little feel, and it almost feels like there's like a different meaning to what she's saying each time she says it. So yeah, so those were my two favorite ones. What were yours?
Yeah, I didn't notice in Cheese in the Trap that she had done different variations of Cheese in the Trap, so I'll have to go back and like really tune in on that, hone in on that part. Um, but for me, Let You In solo version was also one of my favorites. And it's funny when I heard it, I was like, I feel like I've heard this before, but like I didn't realize it was the same song. I think not until we were actually like preparing for this episode, and I saw that that you had mentioned it like as part of your notes or whatever. I was like, you know what? That's where I heard it before. Because it was just so strange how I was wondering why when I first heard it, I was like, wow, like this is great.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize this because I already had heard it. But anyways, so that's probably one of the reasons why I loved it, because I've heard it before. But just on its own, it's just a good song. And then the other song that I really liked, I liked Pine. And I think I liked Pine more so because you can really hear her tone in that song.
Mm-hmm.
Because the music is behind it is kind of low and kind of simple, or simplistic. I mean, the lyrics itself, I think she may be talking about like a fling or something, because I think that she's only with, I don't know if it was another person, but anyways, I'm not really sure exactly if she's talking about another person or not, but it seems like she's talking about another person. And the lyrics aren't necessarily what makes the song for me. It was really more so her tone and how she sang the song. But yeah, and so the other song, or the last song I guess, that I really liked was Bonnie and Clyde. And I think when I first heard it, I was just like, I don't really like it. But after a couple of times, the chorus kind of grew on me. And something about the beat, um to me, I don't know if it's really, I don't know if it's called like the bass, but something about the beat of the song makes me feel like it's about like this epic love story. I don't know. Something about it just really spoke to me. um and yeah, so those are the songs that I really liked. And yeah, so she also released a couple of music videos. In the first music video that she released before the album came out, I believe, it was Eat Your Heart Out, Buddy Kane. So that's the first one that we're gonna discuss. Um, so I was a little confused as to why she was at a school in a wedding dress. Um, Maybe it has something to do with, I don't know, growing up, and I have no idea. That was one of my questions. And then I guess I had a lot of questions because I was a little confused watching this music video. But I was thinking, did she kill Buddy Kane? Because we see that she has like a heart, and I'm guessing that's might be Buddy Kane's heart, maybe. And I think the heart comes out or is shown earlier in the music video, and in the lyrics she actually says, I shot you down. And so I'm thinking, okay, she killed Buddy Kane. She's driving around with his heart. All right. Um, I was also I also would like to know why she used the name Buddy Kane. I mean, so I looked it up because I felt like maybe she's going with like a movie theme, because you have Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know. Um, but it looks like there was a character. I don't think I've ever seen him. I saw part of American Beauty, and it's a little bit it's a little cringy. I don't know. You have to look up the trigger warnings. I was like, look up the trigger warnings for that movie, because I started watching and I was like, this is weird. And I turned it off. But apparently there's a character in American Beauty, which is a movie, named Buddy Kane, who was a slick talking real estate agent who had an affair with the main character's wife. So I was wondering if Buddy Kane in her music video is a reference to that Buddy Kane from the movie. Because I mean, technically, so in the movie there is like high schoolers in the movie, and so I was thinking, okay, maybe school, high school, but why the wedding dress? Maybe I'm missing something because I didn't see that movie, but I don't know. It was very pretty though, like the movie. It's not the movie, sorry, the music video. It was shot very well, and the cinematography was really nice. I think I'm a little confused about the theme, but well, I don't know about the theme or the theme. I'm not confused about the theme of the song. I feel like I get the song. I'm confused about the theme of the music video. Anyways, okay. What were you gonna say? Or what are your thoughts?
I have all those questions. I was just confused. I literally watched him like I'm gonna say movie, but I watched the music video like 3 or 4 times because I'm like, am I missing something? Am I not getting something? And then my mind kind of went where yours went. Like, I'm like, am I missing some sort of like reference to like a movie or some like pop culture piece that I didn't know about or anything like that? And I was like, who, buddy? Like, who are like what? But when you mentioned that like Buddy Kane was the one that like he had an affair or whatever. I was wondering, is she trying to hint that like someone she was with like cheated on her or something? And then that's why she said Buddy. I don't know. This is just weird.
Maybe.
But I don't know. That's just it's an interesting video. I agree with you. It's beautifully shot. I wasn't understanding why she was like lining the roses down the road. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's like a reference to the movie or what.
Maybe.
Um, again, I don't know.
Well, I guess I was thinking, how like at funerals, people throw flowers on people's graves. Maybe
Mhm.
that's a reference to that. Maybe she killed him in a car. Maybe that's why she had the heart in the car, and like the car was on
Maybe.
the road. Okay, I don't know.
Your guess is better than mine because I was thoroughly confused. I don't know. I was lost in the concept for like what they were going for. And so like I mentioned before, I think there was just some like key references that I just didn't get, or maybe I have to watch it a few times or something. But I don't know. I sometimes something makes me think this is like an AOMG thing because I remember when we were talking about what's his name? Yukyum's he's with AOMG, right? Yukyum?
Mm,
When we were talking about his video, I mean, one of them we were kind of like confused, and I think it's the one that DeVita was in, and we were like, "Why is he in the middle of the woods?"
oh
and
yeah.
something like that. And so I'm like, maybe there's just, I don't know, maybe this concept is just above me, like above my comprehension level or something.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, maybe it's like it's supposed to be like artsy because I was trying to figure out what American Gothic is. And so like when I looked it up, a painting popped up. And so
Oh,
like yeah, I'm just like, okay, I really think this is above me because I'm not a very like, don't get me wrong, I love music. I think what people paint sometimes is absolutely amazing, but by no means would I call myself an art expert. And I wouldn't be able to catch on to these other stuff. So like I don't know, but maybe it's just supposed to be one of those videos that are just like you just take it as is, or like you make up your own idea of what it is. I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, when you mention like the whole like high school thing, like I don't even know where I'm going with this because I'm fully confused about this entire video. But I like the song. I can say that. And I wonder, was she okay? There was a part where something was on fire. Was that his casket that was on fire? Or
I thought so. I thought when I
okay,
saw that, I was like, okay, maybe she's just burning him.
okay, okay.
That's not
Well, that's my thoughts on Eat Your Heart Out, Buddy Kane. And I wonder if Eat Your Heart Out, Buddy Kane is like a reference to like a line from the movie.
maybe. All right. So we were both confused. I did want to
Yes,
confirm that Yukium is with AOMG.
that's what I thought. Okay.
Um. Okay. But I feel like it's kind of unfair to listeners or to viewers. I don't know. Well, I guess never mind. I'm going off on a tangent, so I'll just stop because okay, no, I'm just gonna finish what I was gonna say, but like I'm gonna keep it short though. But I almost feel like it's kind of annoying when groups and artists like do music videos that are based off of other concepts and
Mm-hmm.
that you wouldn't know about unless you were like deep into that person or that group's like fandom or I don't know, you know what I mean, or like if you don't follow them, but because I guess I said that because we know that there were plenty of K-pop groups that do that. Were like, oh, you know, you can't just watch this one video; it's going to connect to something else. But it's like annoying because it's like, who wants to sit here and go through like a whole discography of an artist just to understand one music video?
Exactly.
And that's why I've never been like a big like theory person. Okay, within hyphen, we have been like theorizing a lot because we've kind of sort of been there sort of from the beginning. But like, I guess it's like I've never been like a big theory person because it's just like, why do I need to understand a theory to listen to a song
and
understand a song? But I'm wondering if this is a line from like American Beauty or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my little rant, I guess, about this because I'm just so annoyed because I want to understand what it's about, and we're about to go into another music video that she did that I'm still confused about as well, but it's okay. So the next music video that she put out was Bonnie and Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
So Amber, what are your thoughts about this music video?
When I first saw it, the beginning part makes sense. I get it. She's like watching a play. They're moving through the whole scene. Got it. Then I got confused when she stood up and walked to like I'm gonna call it the stage, and then she started down the stage. Like, that's where I got a little confused. But I was wondering if she was like watching her own love story, and like she was like killing like the old love story, like maybe it didn't end well, and so like she was trying to like forget it, so she was like killing the past, and maybe that's what it is. But if that's not what it is, then that gun had nothing to do with the actual storyline. Like, it had nothing to do had nothing to do with like what we were watching. And then part of me was like wondering where like I got the Bonnie part of it. Like, I like the girl that was on the stage, maybe she was Bonnie, but I didn't know where Clyde was coming from because like, why is it called Bonnie and Clyde? But I guess Bonnie and Clyde is coming from like the actual song itself and not the music video. But it'd be nice if it was reflected, if she wants to throw in that whole concept of like the guns and stuff. But I was wondering if she was supposed to be Bonnie and Clyde, like if her version that was in like the suit was the Clyde, and that was on the stage was the Bonnie. And so I was wondering if maybe, I guess I could also go with like her maybe killing the sweet side of her, or like the vulnerable side, because I think the play was like this girl was like in love or whatever. I thought it was in love because she had like roses and stuff. I don't know, but I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to like figure out the music video, because these two were like, I will say, I feel like I understood this one more than I understood Eat Your Heart Out, you know? So, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was interesting. It was very simple, but it was good.
I like your idea about her being both Bonnie and Clyde. I didn't think about that. But then, okay, but where did the cats come from?
So the cats, okay, I was confused when I first watched. Okay, look, let me tell you something, you guys. I watched both videos multiple times. So going back another time to watch the Bonnie and Clyde one, I think the rabbits, if you pay attention to the change in scenery behind her, it went from like going from a curtain to like a field. And so I thought it's supposed to be like the girl that was on stage is now in the middle of the field, and like bunnies were like running through the field with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's in like a like outdoors, and so she might kind of went with like bunnies. So that's what I was thinking. I think it was just supposed to represent like a change in like scenery, because it went from her just having pea curtains to her going to like a portrait of the landscape, and then I think it went to them at dinner. Either went to them at dinner, or her and the guy like skipping off stage. I think it went to her at dinner and then them skipping off stage. But the bunnies, I think, just came from just being part of the scenery and change, like, I don't know, adding flow to the play.
Okay. They're bunnies. I thought they were cats.
Oh, wait, are they cats?
They could be bunnies.
Was I wrong? Did I say bunnies?
You said bunnies.
Oh, are they cats?
I thought they were cats because of their ears.
Oh, they are cats, aren't they?
I'm looking at it again.
Well, I meant to say cats, if they're cats. Why did I say bunnies? Is it because they were white? I think it's because they were white. But she did do the little, like, cat sign with her ears when she was dancing. So they're definitely cats. I'm sorry, guys. I should have said cats. I think my mind went bunnies because they were white and fluffy. But anyways, I think that's my explanation for why they were there. That's why. Because you definitely asked me why were there cats, and I went to bunnies.
Okay, so it's because of the change of scenery. So
that's
cats in the field.
That's my thought. I don't know if that's right, but that's.
I don't know how many wild cats are just out there roaming around in fields, but
I mean,
it's a possibility.
When you watch K-dramas, there's always some random stray cat
in an alley, baby.
There's always random cats everywhere.
Okay. So if she's killing the innocent or the past love or whatever, why was Clyde dancing? Or why was that guy dancing for her? Or like, I guess I was confused as to why he was dancing.
I thought he was dancing with the girl from the stage because they ran off stage, the two. Not the her that was in the suit, but the her that was performing. And they were dancing. I thought that was them showing the love story. Like he was part of the love story.
Oh. Okay, I guess at first he was dancing. Okay, well, anyways. All right. I'll just go with your interpretation. Because I think I was just confused about the cats. I was confused about the guy dancing for her at the dinner part. But I must have also. I do remember the girl from the stage, I guess, that they ended up dancing together. So maybe I just kind of skipped over that part in my memory when I was writing my notes. But I like the idea of, that's why the guns came out and stuff at the end. And maybe she just figured, I'm just going to beat Clyde.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, y'all, if you know the answer to these questions, can you please let us know? Because we're confused. Help. Okay, help us.
Or she's never, or she's killing the innocent, sweet side of the love, the old love, and she's like Miss Independent now. Because we just saw in Buddy Kane that she killed Buddy, and so
were they related? And the her that was shooting was actually the one that shot down Buddy Kane.
Maybe. But then why wouldn't she have put Bonnie and Clyde out before she put, or is the Buddy Kane video just supposed to be like represent like the ending of everything, and they just put that one out first, like as like the overall theme of the album, like.
And this is why we are not theory podcasts. This is why, because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be. That could be it. I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess we should just move on into our overall thoughts.
Okay.
Because we could just do this all day. Theorizing. All right. And doing the theorizing incorrectly, I guess I should say. Anyways, so our overall thoughts. For me, I just love DeVita's tone. I just love the way that I love the way that she, like, I don't know, she has a very distinct voice, and the way that she, like, moves between her notes and, like, her vibrato, and the way she does her vibrato is just so flawless. And so just overall, I just really love her voice. I also think that it's interesting. I don't know, did I actually have overall thoughts about the album itself? Yes, and I will get into that when I finish this part. I also think it's interesting that she's a Korean artist that's signed to a Korean label, but sings the majority of her songs in English. I mean, she does have like some Korean like songs or here and there, but I don't know. I just think that's interesting, and I just wonder like what is the drive behind that, or what's the motivation behind that decision. If that's like to, if I don't know if that's like to make her more of like a global artist. I feel like she would still be global even if she's saying Korean, but
Mm.
I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I don't think it's bad or anything, but I just think it's interesting. Because every time she comes up, when I like hear her songs on shuffle, I'm like, oh, it's DeVita. Like I have to like remind myself, like, oh, she's Korean. Like I don't know, I don't know. Maybe that's weird, but um, yeah. But in terms of the album, I really like this album. I think it's interesting. I think it's emotional. I wonder if she's actually talking about relationships in
Mm-hmm.
this album, or if she's like talking to, like, reflecting on herself and like past relationships. Like Alex, I feel like every time I think a song is about someone else, it's actually not. It's actually about the person talking about themselves, and so I guess that's why I say that. But yeah. Anyways, it wasn't really that there weren't that many songs on here, but they were all good. They're all very good. Yep. So Amber, what about you?
I agree. All the songs are very good. I love her voice too. I think it's absolutely amazing. I will say that I think what sticks out for her is that like I feel like sometimes some of the like K R&B female singers can all kind of all sound the same. And
Mm-hmm.
so, but with her, it's like her voice is like slightly unique, where it's just like when it if you hear it on shuffle or something, you're like, oh wait, that's that's DeVita, isn't it? Like I don't know. I really enjoy artists where they have a unique sound, like the way you can say, oh yes, that's so and so. Like I don't know. I think about like Beyonce and I think like Adele. Like I feel like those are two people who like when you hear them, there's no questioning that it's them. So yes, I wanted to say that. And I like how this album, I guess it's kind of like the same sentiment with like how some artists can like sound the same, is that this album has a different sound to each song. And I also feel like sometimes R&B albums, like the sound is the same, but like the lyrics are different for each song. Like it's all like, I don't know, it just sounds like one note throughout the entire album. But this one, switches it up a little bit. Which I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's a little hard with R&B to switch it up too much because I feel like then you start kind of slowly moving outside of the genre itself, which is nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to stay like true to the R&B ness, then like the R&B side of things, I think yeah, you kind of gotta like switch it up somehow. I don't know how, but she didn't. Um, so like yeah, I mean, I think just overall, I just really love this album. I think this is the first time where like we've reviewed like albums like comebacks and stuff where I've just genuinely liked the entirety of both albums that we talked about, because normally I'm like, oh well, I like this song, but like the album is okay. But like all of these albums, like I just really love them. So yeah, is there anything else you wanted to comment on or mention?
Nope. I think I agree with you. Both of the albums are really good that we reviewed, and yeah.
Oh, well then okay. I just wanted to give everyone a quick little heads up. I want to let you know that we will return on March 30th. So in 2 weeks there will not be another episode. But I mean, hey, go listen to some of the other episodes that we have out. I mean, by this point we have 88 episodes out. So there might be one that you haven't listened to yet, so you can go check that out. We would love to hear your thoughts on any of today's topics. You can let us know on Twitter and Instagram at the _am podcast, or leave us a voice message on SpeakPipe As always, all the links are in the description. Please subscribe to the podcast. Stay safe. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next episode.